Hello and welcome to our next workflow demonstration. So today we have this bent pipe 3D scan data, and we are going to make some small workflow demonstration how we can deal with such cases. Well, yes, this is true. We don't have any specified kind of wizard or something to recreate all this in one piece like easily with a couple clicks. So this is more or less manual work to do. And of course, as typically, probably it might be a good idea to align this scan data to coordinate system. And in order to do that, I'm going to extract a couple primitives here. In this case, it would be just a couple cylinders that I'm going to use for alignment. Here I can see that scan data is slightly noisy and means the segmentation tool doesn't give me any great results, so I'm going to use just a brush tool. So let's go on and select, for example, this region here. Let's try to fit cylinder, see how well it fits. Okay, this looks great. Create and stay. And next one, I think I would like to have something for vertical axis. Basically this region, and maybe I can go and select something here as well. Okay, looks pretty much good. Let's accept this. So currently I have 2 cylinders, and now I can go on and align this scan data to coordinate system. So primary feature, I'm going to use this one for z-axis. I can see that z-axis currently is inverted, so I'm going to flip it, and the secondary feature, this cylinder. Okay, let's apply. Let's take a look. Isometric view. Perfect, looks great. So at this point, I can simply start to reconstruct it feature by feature here. The easiest way for such cases, we can see here straight segments of pipe and essentially the bends itself. So first of all, I'm going to extract a couple more cylinders of visible parts here, where I can be pretty much sure these are straight sections of pipe. So for example here, looks good. Somewhere here, looks good. And last one, something, let's say like this. Okay, so once I have done this, now I actually need to slightly shorten these cylinders approximately where I can see they start to pop out through the scan data. So more or less this would be a region where bends starts on this pipe. Okay, so let's shorten this one as well. Roughly like this. Let's go with this side. It might work like this. Of course, there is always one thing to remember, that depending on our bending tools, typically these bends are slightly squished, so we don't expect to see like a perfectly great deviation analysis for these regions. And depending again on the same bending tools, all these pipes can be slightly twisted during bending or warped somehow, so it's not just like a planar blend, not blend but bend. And in those cases it makes life slightly more complicated, but general purposes we want to recreate this as a like normal CAD model that we want to use later for manufacturing, for example. So basically from here we have several different approaches how we can deal with all of this. I'm just going to hide scan data for now. All those cylinders currently are solid, so I'm going to turn them into surfaces by disabling solid option in cylinder edit menu. Okay, and from here, first of all, I can use Loft to connect both of these boundaries of cylinders. Say tangent, tangent, and of course from here I can play around with tangency settings to achieve better results for this bend. Okay, we can simply go one by one. And more or less considering those bends are made with dies, and die is typically laid in the inside of bend. So more or less, this is the crucial area that I'm looking for to get a pretty much good deviation analysis here. Okay, create and stay. We can go next one. Again, tangent, tangent. So from here, just a slight play with tangency control, and we are a nice green region. Yeah, let's connect those two. Probably in some cases like this, according to deviation control here, it seems that this bend is like slightly continuing after the actual precise blend over this side, so it's slightly curved. But again, question is, do we need to replicate this defective part or not? Okay, and from here, we can take a look at another approach. I will just get rid of all those lofts here and keep only cylinders previously fitted. So now I'm going to create new 3D sketch, and from here, from this drop-down menu, we can find extract visible cylinder center line. So basically this creates us axis of fitted cylinders. And after that I'm going to use simple blend tool to connect all them into one path. Okay, like this. Of course we will need to do some adjustments here, but for now just simple blends will work good enough. And at this point I want to construct plane along path, let's say probably along this entity here, somewhere where I can see straight section of this pipe. Okay, let's create sketch. Here I'm going to use center point of my path and roughly align to slice points. So it's like 13.87. Most likely this would be like a 14 millimeters pipe. Okay, now I can hide this plane and go to surfacing tab, sweep, select profile, select path, and voila, we have this pipe recreated. Of course, at this point, I understand that I need to do some adjustments for those blend curves to match actual scan data better. Let's click OK, and now I'm going to edit. It's not this one. I'm going to edit 3D sketch. Let's make mesh transparent so I can have better visibility here, and roughly just pull handles of blend curves to see how it changes and in which direction I have to go, more or less. Okay, edit, so I need a little less on this side, actually more. So in this case, it's not like super straightforward currently. Let's just shorten this. Okay, from here I can see that I had to go in opposite direction. And this is slightly too much, so I need to do some tiny bit adjustment here back to match it better. Okay, so same goes. Okay, this part is good enough. I need some tiny adjustment on this side as well. Well, let's close this, edit 3D sketch. Just a tiny bit of adjustment, and I'm good to go here. And let's do the same operation on this side as well. Okay, let me go a little bit more. Oops, wrong direction. I'm sorry. Transparent. Okay, so we're getting close, and one more slight adjustment, and it should be absolutely fine. Yep, it's a little bit too much, so let's go and pull it just slightly back. Say like this. Okay, and we are good to go here. So this is another way how we can achieve similar result. And actually the third way probably that can be used quite often for regular tubes that are bent. So we have created this path, and simply we can create a pipe across this path. We can set the desired diameter of this pipe and so on. Basically here we can set this to be just a surface, flip, and pretty much the same result, but we don't have to recreate, or let's say to create any cross sections, to create planes to define these cross sections. So probably in some cases this might be way easier. So let's go back to our sweep. Right now I just want to recreate these ends of this pipe, so they are slightly flared. Let's go and create cross-section sketch here. See somewhere where I have more or less decent information available. Slightly more. Now, okay, this should be good enough. So let's enable clipping. Put here straight entity. Like this. On the other side, I'm going to intersect this with pipe itself. Okay, now I can create revolve here. Good. At the same moment, I can trim it, both sides. Okay, nice. And add here the small fillet. To match design intent of this part. Okay, so one side is. Let's go to another side and create here the same cross-section sketch to define flare on the opposite side of this pipe. Let's do revolve. Okay, and trim those two. Add fillet here. So it should be around 3 millimeters, same as the opposite side. Okay, good. So from here, basically, I think next step would be probably to thicken it. And it should be around 1 millimeter wall thickness for this part. Okay, good. And now one of last steps to create, well, how to call it, mounting flange or just step up lip so the fitted o-ring doesn't slip too much on this pipe. So let's go, and from here, well, it's a good option, good question how we can proceed with this, but basically this is just a single straight entity here. Let's pull it inside of tube surface, and I can add tangent arc on the other side of it. Then let's just pull it slightly in to match slice points of this scan data. Okay, and at this point, of course, I want to close it to form a solid like this. And at the same moment, I can simply combine this with my previously created solid thickened tube. So this side we have, and let's go to repeat the same operation on this side. Say, for example, here. Of course, we can dimension width of this lip here, but just to save time, I'm going to skip it. This is a brief demonstration how we can proceed with different tasks here. Again, close profile, revolve, combine. Okay. And if we want to replicate this even closer to original look of this part, we can add a couple more tiny fillets here. Let's say 1 millimeter, and accept this. So here we are. We have successfully reverse engineered this pipe, and basically this can be sent off to manufacturer. So hopefully this was useful for you, and see you in the next workflow demonstration.